Alright, so today we're going to be building a custom desk for myself. It's going to be quite big compared to my one previously. It's nothing too crazy, but anyways, we got 3 sheets of 3/4 inch birch plywood, cabinet grade, good 2-side table saw. Got some other tools we're going to be using today. We're just going to be kind of going through this together.
Donkey's breath.
I have some rough ideas on paper laid out that I did a while ago. We're going to kind of mimic this style for the top. Yeah, and that's another view from looking down. But kind of going to go like this, but we're going to change it up a little bit as we go. So this is where the desk is going to end up. It's going to end up in this part of my room here. We're replacing this desk. We're going to kind of follow a similar-ish style to this side and how it's constructed. And we're going to kind of mirror that for both sides and have a really big keyboard tray. But the desk is going to go from the couch over there to the wall. It's going to be about 2 inches higher. It's going to be deeper as well. It's going to be pretty big. Alright, so I've laid out generally the size of the actual desk, and it's from about here to here. This area is approximately the size of the desk. So we're going to make our first couple cuts for the main surface here, and we'll catch up with you. Boom shakalaka, there she is, there's the desk. Alright, so now we've done the shape layout, we've got the rounded corners marked, and we have the notch in the center marked. It's 5 inches deep, same round here, so it's just going whoo, like the corners. Alright, now so I'm using a 1/4 inch radius, I believe this is, router bit, and we're doing the edges on the tabletop here. Boom, and she's done. Alright, so now we got the table saw set up for 18 inches. So these are all 30 by 18 and a bit. So we're just going to trim them back to 18 and we'll be on our way. Alright, so we got this all routed up, it's done the size. And now I've cut up all the other larger pieces we have. We still have a couple things left to do, including the keyboard tray and a couple braces. But anyways, we've got 4 pieces that are 16 by 25 1/4. Those are basically the little shelves. Then we've got 2 pieces that are 30 by 16. Those are the back of each side. Then we have 4 pieces like this that are 18 by 16, and these are the sides of each side support of the desk. But in case you really want to know the dimensions, I'll probably put them on an overlay of the desk once it's finished later on. But, we're going to start doing some more routering and assembling these side pieces.
So this here's the part where I forgot to talk about why I'm not gluing this together is, one, I'm a little bit lazy, and two, it doesn't need it. Once this gets in its place of living, it doesn't move, but hypothetically you could disassemble the thing pretty much completely because it's not screwed. You'd ruin the finish later on, but that's why I'm not screwing and gluing. I'm not even countersinking as I'm probably about to mention here. But if you wanted a better product and one that was stronger, you definitely want to screw and glue all of this, or you could brad nail or use the staples I use later on instead of screws. And I did run into a little bit of splitting here and there, but that's the beast that I'm making. More time, more effort, you could definitely make a little nicer product.
I wouldn't recommend it because it's not perfect. I'm not perfect. It's always a little bit different every time. But for my purposes, that's just my choice. But I'd recommend you to measure and countersink all your shit, even though I'm not. Alright, the floor is not level and a bunch of stuff, but I got both of them roughly completed. But this is the first rough image of what the desk looks like. It looks pretty good. It's kind of like not bad at all. So I figured out what I've chosen for the support concepts across the front. This is going to be good for just general support, and then there's these two back, which are a mix of spacing support and especially this top one, something to wrap to for cable management. But other than that, I think she's coming together quite good. I'm gonna router these up and get them screwed in, and we're gonna paint this sucker. So now that's all that's really left is to do a little bit of touch-up sanding on most of the corners and little of these burrs, and then we're gonna get to doing the finish. So I'm gonna sand this piece up and the top up, and I'm done, and then we're ready to throw some liner on this stuff. All right, now this is gonna be pretty much, I believe, the last time, maybe. I'm trying to think here. Now we're gonna give her. So I guess now might be a good time to explain why I haven't been that thorough of sanding and some of the little nitty-gritty details on this stuff, finish-wise, is because I'm gonna bedline this. Yes, I know I'm covering up all the nice wood grain, and it's kind of killing me. I'm second-guessing myself a little bit, but it'd be a lot of work to go back and fix all my pencil lines and everything. And I love this product. I've used it before on a desk I have in where I'm going to school currently. But anyways, we're just gonna give her with this and see how she goes. All right, so we've got all these main pieces coated up. It's the next day now. 2 layers on every part that's gonna be showing. It's time to assemble this in place in my bedroom. All right, here we are, mostly assembled in place. I did all the screwing and stuff off camera because it's just quite tedious to do while on camera. We got 2 in each end of this piece, 3 down here, 3 in for this, 3 in for that, and 4 on each side for the bottom piece going across. I say she turned out pretty good. All right, now she should be put her on there. Got her all squared up and everything. It should be as simple as screwing her on from the bottom. Alright, so slight lapse in judgment here. I was planning on building the keyboard tray right about now, after I've done it in place and just installing it. But if you remember correctly, I made these 18 inches long. I bought 20-inch sliders, so these would overhang if I mounted these ones. So I'm gonna order up some 18-inch ones and make the keyboard tray a different day. So we're back here again, and I got the rollers for my the keyboard, and I'm just building the tray here. It's nice and big. Already routed the edges, cut the size. We got the edges here. The only difference this time is we're going to be not brad nailing, but these are little staples and wood glue to assemble this instead of screws, because I really don't want the splitting. And so simple as that. We're gonna get on with her here. Just two. Let's put some more in there to make it even. So now we're under here. We're about to put the drawer in, and drawer, keyboard tray, whatever you call it. But we got the part of the stationary. I call it stationary because this piece is the stationary, but this piece here also moves, and we're gonna mount them under here, just like so. So stay with me now. All we're doing is putting a couple screws in, one in the front, leveling it out with the back. Alright, cool. We're gonna just whip up the other side here and jump out of here. So one other quick note about this bedliner product I'm using on my desk. This year as a reminder, this easy liner stuff, is the finish it leaves is quite rough like you'd expect, but I found instead of slowly wearing it down with your hands, which I've done on previous projects of using the like what I've made, so I took this little piece out of the little wall that I had, carbon fiber, hard, straight edge, and just went along like this. And that knocks down all the little lumps. And you get a really nice, smooth finish. This turns out pretty good. Just in case you're using a similar product or the same product to do something like this, you might want to try it. Now for putting these rails on the actual keyboard slider, keyboard tray, whatever you want to call it itself, it should be as simple as lining these up in the middle and screwing them in. Alright, here we go. Now for that magical moment where my keyboard either works or it doesn't work. Oh, she's being a little bit naughty. Oh, I'm breaking stuff now. Yeah, done did it. Alright, retake. Alright, so the keyboard doesn't fit, as you may see or may not have seen. We're going to try a little fix here. We're going to space out one of these guys. Just a wee tad. Alright, so attempt number 2 at putting in the keyboard tray. First time didn't go so hot. Alright, there she is, everyone. She works. She could be a bit smoother, but I mean for like $20 rollers, not too bad. So I ended up putting some washers in there to space it off because it was too big of a gap, and replacing these weak sauce screws that the kit came with these screws here, a lot more beefy, in there a lot better. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this spree of me building my custom desk here. I'm going to be doing another video talking about the setup here once I'm finished it. But anyways, yeah, the drawer works as you just saw. I'm going to put my keyboard on that and have a nice day. I hope you guys do too. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll get back to you.